Welcome, everyone, to Riff, the series where Uncle Simon and nephew Benjamin do a deep dive into Iron Maiden and various other classic rock. How have you been, mate?
Very well. I'm enjoying being in my studio all day, every day, working on amazing music projects when the weather is so nice outside. But sarcasm aside, it is like 2 degrees cooler in here. So this is the best place to be at the moment because we're subterranean. So yeah, good.
Unlike the heat of when we got these our fits, our merch from the Iron Maiden London Stadium gig.
Yeah, fucking check it out. Look at this. This is my Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, like Power Slave, but underwater. Can you see that? Is that the good?
Yeah,
I can't believe what I'm straddling a chair on a podcast with my uncle, but yeah, very, very cool. And what's yours, Uncle Simon?
Mine is I'll be a bit more delicate. Mine is Murders in the Rue Morgue.
Very nice. Is that the Cart and Horses?
No, that's yes. No, yes.
Well, it says Acacia Avenue there.
Yeah, and then maybe I've got it the wrong way around. Maybe it's Killers on the front and Murders in the Rue Morgue on the back.
Yes,
is that right?
It was Notre Dame on the back.
Yeah, so that's Murders in the Rue Morgue on the back.
Also appropriate colours. I feel like I am more of a blue, and you are more of a red.
This is a Rothschild. Baron Rothschild of the winemaking families.
Very good. What are we doing today?
Well, this is great because, dear audience, friends, relations, and fellow metalheads, Ben has never heard this next song before. It's the next song we're looking at on Iron Maiden's debut album, Iron Maiden. So don't forget, Ben playing it at the start is just an edit. He doesn't know what we're going to listen to. He doesn't record until afterwards, and then we insert it at the start just as a nice hook. So Ben has never heard this song before. And I'm very excited as a result of that. he's stunned with anticipation.
Yeah, I'm nervous. You've built this up in such a way that like it feels like there's a whole community of Iron Maiden fans here who know what I'm about.
Many of whom don't like. So I was on some of the fans forums today,
right? Okay,
checking out the pervaded. I've always loved this song. Always loved this song.
Right.
And I'd say opinion is divided amongst the faithful. So there are 2 things I should say about this song before we start. One is it's written by your man Dave Murray.
Oh, is it?
So it's already a rarity.
How many Dave Murray songs do we get?
I don't know. 4 or 5 in total. Someone who's stayed with it and is on this in the absolute detail. Please comment below. How many Dave Murray compositions are there? This is the first one. And the second thing is that a bit like Prowler, which was our first track in this series, these lyrics have not aged well. But I'm gonna go past that because I love the song so much.
Well, yeah. Also, we've already established that I don't listen to lyrics, so really, I ought to go back and double check everything else that I listen to in case that's problematic as well.
So let us dive in, or perhaps peruse from a distance. Charlotte the Harlot.
Well, it's like a better version of the Smiths.
Say more.
Are you really offended by that comparison?
No, not at all. Oh, I can see what you mean in terms of that. The way that the bass line has a certain Smiths.
Is it This Charming Man? Is that what that tune's called?
Well, This Charming Man is...
And it's kind of a bit like A Town Called Malice. Yeah.
Well, obviously the Jam are much more contemporaneous than the Smiths are to this.
Right. Okay.
So what do you make? So first of all, you've got this really, again, we talk about it a lot, but
Yeah,
the bass is front and center at the riff at the start, and it's kind of a janky
it's sort
rhythm.
of contrapuntal, which I know was a janky word to say, and actually, I'm really sorry I couldn't give a really clear definition of what that means. But so it's these interlocking parts working together, but it is the musical version of what I imagine, what I can visualize a puzzle piece. Do you know what I mean? With like all of these little bits coming together to create this very interesting texture. My A-level music teacher would be upset with me.
It stops starting.
Yeah.
Never. It's slightly manic. It's edgy. It's on edge.
Totally. And also set in this major key, right? I'm going to make a fool of myself here when I get this wrong. All right, so like... that kind of thing. It's like, it's jumpy and it's...
Yeah, I think you've played it like Johnny Marr there, and I think it's got a bit more...
Yeah, okay. So if I did it Maiden... yeah, instead of going like... yeah, I see what you mean. I did make it more Johnny Marr.
Got a bit more attack. I'll let you listen to it for the second time. I'll let you listen to it again for the second time ever. Here we go.
That opening bit, you can totally like, instead of Paul coming in there, thank you for getting everyone noticing that I got Paul right. You really could, before Paul's thing comes in, but you could really hear like, I know to say, do you know what I mean? That was my Morrissey. It totally could.
No.
Well, as in that didn't sound like Morrissey, or you can't imagine that happening?
I can't imagine that happening.
I'm not gonna let you.
But now you've made me think about it.
If you run the track again, I'll sing over it and show you what I mean.
What's very interesting about this song, and picks up on something from our last episode that I didn't say to you, is this is a rarity. One, it's a Dave Murray composition.
Yeah.
Two, Iron Maiden re-recorded this and put it out as the B-side of The Wicker Man with Bruce singing it and Nico playing drums.
Interesting. Right, so we need to do a bit of a side-by-side at some point further down the line.
Yeah, I don't think it's an entirely satisfactory experiment, if I'm honest.
Oh, me, oh my. That was literally what we were talking about on the last episode, about what if Iron Maiden recorded Phantom of the Opera? Why on earth did they choose this song over Phantom of the Opera to re-record? That's not fair of me to say, having not heard it. I understand that.
It's not entirely satisfactory.
But I know that it's not going to be better than Phantom of the Opera, surely. I'm not going to... Maybe there will be moments in this series where I go like, why haven't I heard this song before? But I find it hard to believe that I'm going to like a song on this album more than Phantom of the Opera.
Well, we're gonna go back so you can really get this little riff under your skin.
Right, okay.
Because I think it's interesting you went for the Smiths, because I thought you would feel it had a certain jazziness to it.
Interesting. I'll listen for that this time. I didn't read that into it, but yeah, that is.
It feels to me like it's got a certain jazz, and I sort of mean, you know, old blokes in cardigans playing in a country pub jazz.
Yeah, it was really stinky breath.
I'm not talking John Zorn or just listen to it now with that suggestion in your head. You said?
Yeah. Okay.
All I can hear is the Smithsness of it.
Yeah. I can't hear anything else. The one bit of jazziness that I think you are right about is that it's quite. They're doing power chords, but with fourths instead of fifths. So, power chord is a and an out of tune one at that, but it's 1 and 5, right? Whereas they've got 1 and 4. That's a bit more jazzy, right? It's sort of that chordal like. I don't know what, I've got a degree in jazz. It didn't sound like that. Bad.
It sounds a bit perky.
Totally. Yeah, it's jaunty and it's. I like the fact that we've just before we hit there, we came back to a bit more Iron Maiden terra firma, right? There was some solid ground there that felt a bit closer to.
And I like the bass chord as well.
Yeah. Here's an interesting.
There's a nice bit of drama in the song.
Here's an interesting thing. If I hadn't have heard Phantom of the Opera before, I think I'd have a similar reaction to what I'm having now about this intro, right? And we talked about that on Phantom of the Opera. Is that what's this weird thing that isn't contextualized yet? So my prediction is that we're going to get this theme again, and it's going to be recontextualized. But who knows? Iron Maiden can surprise me still.
Let's see where we go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sick. That was cool.
It's got this kind of stop, go.
Yeah.
Stop, go.
Really syncopated, right? That's exactly what you're describing there. If that it doesn't fall that again, a departure from this triplet thing and the various different approaches to that they've explored so far on this album. This is yet another example of rhythmic mastery. Really syncopated. That was awesome. Yeah. Okay, I get the jazz thing now.
And I think
it's very
one
fusion.
Of those songs that,
well,
it's one of those songs you think ought to be easy to play and probably is notionally easy. Like there's no difficult chords here. Mm-hmm. It's fast, but what's difficult is the rhythm of it.
Yeah, completely. That would I wouldn't be able to pick that up. I'm not going to even attempt to play what I just heard then.
No, and so I think that's what I mean by jazz. It's got this weird rhythmic quality to it.
Yep.
But it also combines that with that. I think the song it's closest to on the album is Prowler. It's got that attack and aggression and speed.
I completely get that now.
You can imagine going absolutely bonkers in the Cart and Horses to this.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Do you want to go back? Should we go to the beginning and let you have the full?
Yeah, that'd be good.
No, we'll go a little way back.
That bit's awesome. Yeah.
Steve's little bass run there. It's just fantastic, isn't it? Just kind of. You don't notice it, I think, the first few times because it's this insistent guitar rhythm. But actually, it's still, as always, underpinned by this phenomenal bass.
Always, yeah. I'm also really enjoying Paul's work here. Lyrically, content-wise, it is a bit West. But in terms of his vocal performance, it's actually really sticking out to me on this track. Really energetic,
I think
emotive at the same time.
Yeah, not shouty, but shouty, not shouty.
Shouty, McShouty. Yeah, definitely.
No, shouty, not shouty.
No, I know.
It's got all that aggression and force of delivery, but he's singing.
Yeah. But there's some that like at the ends of his transients, like there's a breathiness to it at the same time.
Yeah, which I think is part of what makes this insistent. This song that it complements the insistence of the rhythm.
Yeah, completely.
Shout the holler, show me your leg. Shout the holler, take me to bed. Shout the holler, let me see blood. Shout the holler, let me see love.
I mean, it always makes me think that someone's just slammed. It's the opposite of it's like the opposite of direct modulation. They've just slammed it into a lower gear.
Yeah,
and the whole
yeah.
thing's kind of...
Yeah, right. That's like, oh shit, like engine braking time. That they've gone from 4 down to 2, and the engine's like stop. Yeah, I totally see that. It's I don't know where it's gonna go. That's it. This does feel quite contemporaneous. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Of Phantom of the Opera.
It is a word. What do you mean by it? It means happened at the same time as.
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's definitely wrong. Music is coming from the same place as Phantom of the Opera. It's basically what I'm trying to say.
I said, yeah, like they're experimenting with rhythm and virtuosity combined with the authenticity of rock.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I wonder if
I'm going to let you just...
Yeah, no, let's carry on. I want to...
Okay, I'm not going to let you listen to that staggering halt again because it goes somewhere really interesting.
Shout the holler, show me your leg. Shout the holler, take me to bed. Shout the holler, let me see blood. Shout the holler, let me see love.
Yeah.
This is the doobie moment, right?
Well, Charlotte, you left me alone in there to make your ends as a bloody bore. Well, Charlotte, you told me you loved me true.
Yeah, the vocals are gorgeous.
Well, Charlotte, you
draws... He was 20 at the time.
Yeah, it's very, very deep and emotional vocals in here. It's gorgeous. Really showing a side to Paul that we haven't heard so far. I know I'm going to regret asking this question. What's a harlot?
A prostitute.
Right, okay, I did wonder. Yeah, right. Cool, okay. But a prostitute that he clearly has feelings for.
Charlotte, the whole backstory. In fact, in the backstory, she isn't actually a prostitute. She's just a lady who likes to have fun.
Yeah.
But she appears in several songs. Obviously, 22 Acacia Avenue's about her. There are other songs. She's a recurring motif.
Really?
In songs. Yeah.
Right. And is she a person? Is she a love interest of?
She was a real person in the East End. And Paul had told the rest of the band a story about her. I don't even think Paul knew her, but he told the rest of the band a story about her, and they wrote a song.
And they wrote songs about her. That's incredible.
Just to change the subject, I also think Clive's performance here is really that rat-a-tat-tat of the drum,
almost disco.
I think is probably. Oh, actually, interesting, because I think it's quite important in keeping the audience grounded against those syncopated rhythms.
Yeah.
And also in the chorus, Charlotte the Harlot, he plays dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Like the vocal line and the drum beat are identical.
Yeah, that's a really good observation. Actually, I hadn't noticed that, but yeah, that's very powerful, right? Like hitting it together really drives that point, and that puts all of that emphasis and power behind what is quite a rhythmically interesting set of two words, right? Charlotte the Harlot. Very plosive.
They're not trying to make the chorus isn't. You don't sing along with the chorus because it's melodic. This is not a Run to the Hills or a Wasted Years. This is not a big all sing along. Well, this is Football Terrace. Charlotte the Harlot.
And this is reminding me of an Iron Maiden riff that I now can't put a name on, but it goes like so like
Rothschild.
What was that?
Rothschild.
I was right. Okay. Oh shit! Sorry. Interesting. It's mad how I can't remember.
On the next album, so you can see how those things combine.
Yeah.
But what's also really interesting about this bit where it drops down is your guess is they're going to do a solo.
Right. Yeah.
And they don't. They have a vocal performance of as you point out, profound emotion and engagement. It's captivating.
You're right.
But the Charlotte the Harlot holds more delights for us. So we'll go back a bit and see where she takes us.
To make your end.
So I was going to say one more thing, although I was enjoying getting back into that. Not that this means that I don't like it. However, it is quite interesting that this section in particular shows its age, shows the age of this album the most. I think out of all of the album, this is the most dated sounding bit, which is still really cool. It's just like much more harking back to that 70s classic rock versus a new, more modern punk infused metal.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. That's probably true. It feels like they thought they needed that cigarette lighter moment.
And maybe they did at the time. I mean, I like it. It's good. I'm enjoying it.
But you don't know, as ever, you don't know where they're going with it.
Of course not.
Alone in there. To make your ends as a bloody. Well, Charlotte, you told me you love me true. Picking up pieces of love yesterday. Well, Charlotte, you draw set off color too. Kershaw, Megan, love all day. Yeah. Oh, could you make it? Oh, yeah. Oh, could you make Giving a sweet sweet ride.
Ludicrous. That's ludicrous. Iron Maiden featuring Ludacris.
I don't know why I find that whole section profoundly satisfying.
Yeah.
I adore
It's
it.
gorgeous, isn't it? It's really nice. It's also just, again, I mean, there's a real sort of juxtaposition between those two moments, that really driving, dated, like we're paying our respects to the rock gods gone by, and then back to this, but we're really into punk. Like suddenly the energy's all back.
Yeah, like it's just I actually think it is a very dated moment in that it has that real 70s rock sound to
Yeah,
it.
totally.
It's
I mean, if they turned up the reverb and,
then-
put a phaser on, we're listening to, you know, Pink Floyd, aren't we?
yeah, and then or you know, even some of the more kind of pub rocky bands, I think, and then you get these solos, and you get in the hints of Thin Lizzy.
Yep.
In the two
That was
harmonies.
the
of
other
the
bands that came to
solos,
mind. Yeah,
but much faster on speed.
yeah.
And then the point you identified, then they take you back to the opening riff, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
The opening riff, when they play it at the end of those solos, is just profoundly satisfying.
Yeah, totally. And it's one of those things that now, when I'm thinking about how did they write this and what were they doing, did they get this whole section and then think, oh, we're going to finish with this new idea, and then they went, well, that's awesome, let's put that at the beginning as well? We don't know. Perhaps they
Maybe.
did. Yeah.
Let's give it a go again.
That is wild. That is wild. And I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that.
It's,
Wow.
I've always loved it. It's got this energy and this spirit. It's got a spirit, and like they just, we don't care. We don't care that no one could tell you possibly what time signature this is across the whole piece, or could show you how to write the tab for it, because it sounds great and we love it and we think a crowd's going to love it, and no, they do.
Right, totally. Do they gig this much anymore?
No. I've never heard them play it live.
Right, okay.
I'd love to see anyone who's fortunate enough to see them in the early days and did hear it live. Tell us if we got it right. Was this all about those moments of explosive jumping around with your mates at a gig?
Right. Yeah. I wonder. And I do, now that I've heard all of it, I still wonder why they chose to revisit this. That's not something they've done very much at all. Are there any other songs that they've re-recorded from their in earlier catalogue?
Not off the top of my head.
Not off the right.
Again.
Yeah, I mean,
people who've got it written in their heads, please tell us.
That's actually a question I'd love to ask Iron Maiden, is why did you revisit this? Not as like a
I mean,
what do they see
it's
in
interesting, but we will do. Let's do it at another point and rewatch this one beforehand. But it doesn't suit Bruce's vocal style.
Okay.
Is the first problem I have with it, and it's got this big thick sound full of synth or guitar synth or whatever, and it loses the rawness, which is part of its charm for me.
This absolute punky, rich rawness.
Got quite a lot of space in it as well.
A lot of
and
this
I think
album has.
one of the things that happens as production becomes more sophisticated and sounds get fatter and albums get brick-walled.
Yeah.
So brick-walled is where the sound gets equalised, so everything's the same volume, is you lose that space, which is why I think so many modern rock bands find it difficult to find a sound, because they're not able to record with the simplicity that was happening here and the space that allows them to create their own sound, their own tone.
Totally. And a caveat for people listening to us and these excerpts and clips that we're playing of Iron Maiden here, whatever streaming service that you're listening to on, or YouTube or whatever, is going to be compressing it in such a way that won't be giving you the original sound. So again, like we're urging you at the end of every episode, go back and listen to it on a proper streaming system, or ideally on the vinyl if you can get hold of it, and listen to how they intended it to be, because all technology now is crushing things with compression, and you won't get that dynamic range that you'll hear if you listen to the actual original record.
I wonder if you noticed as well, I'm quite close to my two speakers here, so I've got one in each ear. There's quite a lot of stereo stuff going on this. There's quite a lot of separation. So if you are listening to it on headphones, you will hear the different parts in different parts of your head.
Right.
It's quite, and I think this track's a really interesting example of that.
So they're one of the things, unfortunately, due to the way that we're able to speak to each other from remote locations, our software sends it to me in mono. So I always finish. Yeah, I hadn't even spoken to you about this, but yeah, I finish and I go back and listen to it in full stereo, and then suddenly I there's even more observations to make. But yeah, if anyone can suggest a way,
mate, I promise you.
do you know? I'll be like,
Yeah, no, tell us how.
yeah, tell us how to do it.
But that I think you'll love this because it's so raw and there's quite a lot of space stereo separation on this, and so all of that, particularly the bass parts are against the guitars, are really nicely separated. I think because there's so little going on.
Totally, yeah. And something that has been coming through on all of these records, despite me getting it in mono, which I love about old records, is I can hear the room. I can hear the room that they recorded it in. And it just makes such a difference. It really humanizes it for you. And suddenly you're going like, no, this isn't some pristine, clean record. This is 5 guys in a room, like working really hard. And I think that, you know, putting it in a dimension and a space, a real one, not, you know, a produced one these days where there's like a million different types of reverb and it's all very highly detailed and controlled. It's so lovely to hear, and you hear it on lots of old records, and it's not something that in my world I'm ever allowed to do because of budget and space constraints. I have to record in here, and this sounds awful in this room, so we use fake reverbs. But yeah, record in a nice room, it sounds amazing, like this record.
Well, I'm so glad. That's another one of those tracks where you didn't know it. I love it. I hoped you'd love it too,
Yeah, I did.
and you do. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to hear what part you pick to play.
Oh Lord, I forgot I have to do that. No, it's fine, because in the world of time travel and paradoxes and things, I've already done it, so I will know, won't I?
You will know. And I also want to talk to you after you've listened to it on a recording where you can hear the stereo separation, because I think you'll really like that as well.
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as our good friend Nico would say, that is Deep Dive into Charlotte the Harlot, which I think you all know means there is only one track left on this series before we will have finished reviewing our deep dive of Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden. Enjoying it so far?
Having a great time. This is awesome.
Awesome. Thank you for being with us. Rock on.